Okay. Says we're live. Somebody needs to tell us if they can hear us. Somebody needs to tell us if they can hear us. Somebody needs to tell us if they can hear us. Somebody needs to.
There, now you're turned off. Says, yeah, Bill left her home while he went to the store to grab flowers. Oh, there's more to the story than that.
Oh, who's saying that?
Danny Smith.
Danny Smith doesn't know what happened.
Chessie Adventures says, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Good. Loud and clear with echo.
Echo?
That's what Jumper Dumper says.
Well, is it still echoing? Because it was a minute ago because Deb had her volume up.
Yeah, I turned my volume down.
Hopefully it's not echoing now. If it is, I don't know what's causing it. So let's hope that it's not.
Dave Gopies just gives you a thumbs up.
Okay. But is the echo gone? Of course, I don't know what I'll be able to do about it if there is.
Wanda Davidson says, yes, good. Iron MK says, nope. Jumper Dumper says, echo is not on now.
Okay.
No echo now. It's good here. All right.
Okay. Well, what it was Deb had her, we could hear it here because she had her volume up on her phone because she'll be monitoring the comments there. She can see them a whole lot easier. And it looks like we got a lot of people saying, do we need to say hi to a bunch of people?
Paige says no echo.
Okay.
RG New Left, blessings from Quartzsite. So
way out there in Quartzsite.
Yep.
And they're watching it earlier than we are.
Because, yeah, that would be correct.
Yeah. What is it? 5:30 out there or 4:30 out there right now? I don't keep track of I don't know my time zones like I should.
Teresa Allen, hi, glad.
Hi.
How you go? Glad you're doing okay.
Oh yeah, we're
Phillips sounds good for us.
Good.
And the gentleman from Quartzsite says it is 4:30 there. Jerry Grimes says sounds good. So
hey,
here
Jerry.
we are.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome that it sounds good. One of these days I'll show you what our setup looks like when we go live. It's fairly simple. I do use an interface called the iRig, and this is a stereo interface.
Nancy Jenkins says it's a foggy picture.
Well, I don't know what else I can do about that. Let me see if I can, because it's with my phone and it's on the other side, so we're seeing the screen. So that camera there is not as good as the one would be on the back.
Right.
But let me see if I can take my shirt here, and because it might be the little lens here that messes everything up.
Just don't show your belly.
Okay. Well, hopefully they didn't see my belly there. Okay. I don't know if that helped or not, but that's probably the best I can do.
Mike and Janet say hello from cold New York. Well, it's cold here.
Well, I
swear, not as cold as y'all, I'm sure.
Yeah, we were hoping we could do this outside because we have a beautiful view at this particular campground here near Texarkana.
Somebody else says it's clear on their tablet. Somebody else is complaining about the pic is washed out. Then somebody else asked if Nancy was drinking. Nancy said it's better now.
Okay.
So.
Well, here again, one more time. Let me explain this to everyone. We use our phone to do this. I could possibly use my GoPro, and because we have really good Wi-Fi service here, but I still have yet to figure all that out because you got to be able to connect the GoPro to Wi-Fi. And I tried experimenting with it here a while back and ended up with a thumbnail photo that I can't get rid of now. But
Roxanne,
anyway.
Hello from Wisconsin. Reba Campbell, hi from South Carolina.
So the camera we're using is the...
David Nelson says maybe too much light.
Well... Did that help at all? That's one light.
Paige Price says, nice and warm here in Florida. If I could stick my tongue out at you, Paige, I would.
Oh. I did try turning off that very back light back there, and let's see if that changes things a little bit. Because yeah, maybe it was too much backlight. That help a little bit. That's about the best I can do. Because like I
Much
said,
better on the light.
all right, good. Woohoo! Oh, glad everybody's happy now.
Hey, we're just 1 minute in.
Yeah. But
Because Bill had to start early.
well, this is one of the reasons why I like to start a little early, because I want to try to have it as nice as possible for everyone.
It is.
Well, good. I want the picture to be
You
as
started
good
5 minutes early.
I wanted to start 15 minutes
Yeah,
early so I could make sure everything was
Then your
dialed in.
audience won't be there.
Oh,
I swear.
how many's here now?
65.
Wow. Cool. All right. So everybody's happy. This is probably the best I'm going to be able to do with the picture. Is everybody happy with it? Because here, like I say, I'm using my phone again. I'm going to say this.
Okay. Are you
And it's
going
the
to
camera
get...
on the screen side, so it's not as good a camera as the camera on the back side.
Okay, you've already got a question. Are you going to get another electric bike?
Does that answer your question? Yeah, we're going to get another one. And there'll be more information on that to follow. I can't divulge too much right now. Or we can't divulge too much right now. But yes, we got another one that we're going to be getting before long. And I'm excited.
They were very, very happy with Bill's videography on my bike.
Yeah. And we just shot another video, kind of sort of about Deb's bike here recently. And be watching for that. It's already edited and everything, pretty much ready to go, but I got to get approval from the company. But this one will be a fun video. What we did, we met several friends at another campground near Jasper, Texas, and spent a whole week with them last week. Altogether, I think there were 7 couples, including us.
Mm-hmm.
And
8 couples, actually.
Huh?
I think there's 8.
Well, 7 or 8.
Don't remember.
I can't.
We had a great time.
We had a fantastic time, and we ate way too good.
Yes.
So consequently, to make up for it, I rode my regular pedal bike, because that's all I have so far right now is my regular single-speed road bike. So I rode it as much as I could to work off everything that we ate. But what we did do while we were there, some of the folks in the group took turns riding Deb's bike, and except for one of them, nobody else had ever ridden an e-bike before, so they had no idea what to expect. And so I followed them along with my my headphone cam, and then after they got the hang of it, they hit pedal assist 2 and just faded off into the sunset. And it was fun making the video. It was good for me because I got to get a lot more exercise, trying to chase them down on my pedal bike. And then we all sat down and had a little panel discussion, about their impressions of the bike. And if you've been considering an e-bike, we would appreciate you watching this video, because you're going to learn some things from average people. We're not going to get into when you watch all these other YouTube videos about e-bikes, they get into all this technical stuff, And sure, there's some technical advancements in this bike. There's some cool technical stuff in this bike. But this was more about average people except for one, the others were all in our age generation, and their impressions of riding this e-bike for the first time. So, watch it for that reason, if for no other reason. You're going to find it very interesting, and we made it fun. So hopefully you'll enjoy that, and it'll be up here. Surely they'll approve it, and I'll be able to get it uploaded by the end of this coming week. So anyway, yeah.
Doc's Riding Adventures. Howdy. My wife and I have 38 days left until we move into our cargo trailer conversion. We are getting excited.
I'm sure you are.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
Are you going full time? That's, most of our acquaintances are not full time. It's us and Margaret and Mary. There's a few that are full time.
Yeah, and a few that have plans to go full time
Eventually.
You know, in some in the near future and some, you know, a little bit further down the road. And there's one couple that we get together with quite often, even though they have a beautiful home on beautiful acreage with beautiful tall pine trees. They're in their little 6x12.
More than
Excuse
their
me,
home.
more than their home. Wow.
They're traveling
Yeah.
everywhere all the time.
Yeah, constantly all the time. And we just love them to
Hi,
death.
Alejandro.
Oh, hey. Hey. Are you guys coming to the rendezvous?
Yes, they are.
I think they are. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, they are.
And speaking of the rendezvous, we've had several people email us to tell us what site they got and everything. And what's your last count on the ones that did contact us to tell us they have a site?
46 reserved.
46 reserved. So if
That
you
I know
figure,
of.
okay, that she knows of, the people have actually confirmed to her via email or messaging on through our Facebook page or just simply posting it, you know, on YouTube.
I'm hoping you all will, let me know, because I'm trying to get kind of like a head count.
Yeah,
so
we
we have
kinda-
a rough idea
Yeah.
of how many are coming.
But if you figure 46 sites, and if you figure an average of 2 people per site, that's 92 people, which is already more than we had at any of them.
Yep.
To this point.
Well, I had 84 sign the book at Itch.
Yeah. So, and here again, it's just, and there are a few sites left.
Oh, yeah, there's quite a few sites left.
Yeah, yeah. I think I keep tapping my foot, and I know that's going to irritate somebody. But I think most of the sites that are on Riverside Loop and maybe Waterfront Drive might be taken. But,
Make
you know,
each day count. 365, we are coming. Yes, and I think I'll have you on my list.
yeah, we've got you guys down. And we're looking forward to meeting you guys and looking forward to seeing your cargo trailer conversion in person.
And look forward to a video of us hanging decals on our trailer.
Yeah.
That y'all made for us.
Yeah.
Make each day count.
Yeah.
365.
Yeah, we appreciate that. But you need to go check out their YouTube channel. It's called Make Each Day Count 365. And right now he's doing a lot of videos about tips on how to do this and do that, making it pretty interesting. So, and we've been...
and if the weather ever clears up,
Yeah.
it stops raining,
Mhm.
we'll try to hang ours. We had help last week, and plenty
Yeah.
of people said, "Yeah, I'll help you." But then the weather turned
Yeah,
windy,
it got real windy.
and we just didn't
Yeah,
think that
we didn't
would work.
Yeah, we didn't want to try hanging our new decals, but once we get them up on the trailer, and then eventually the other set that we have for the van, there's going to be no mistaking who we are.
None.
Yeah.
That's okay. Isn't that what you wanted?
Yeah. What if somebody knocks on my door and I've had a little bit too much wine?
Don't worry about it.
Now that's not our favorite wine.
No.
No,
I'm
you
out of
can't
my
get it.
favorite.
You can't get it here in Texas. Now, we'll be in Arkansas in a few days, and then we'll be able to get our favorite wine. What else you got going?
Jeannie, I believe I do have that, but I will double check it. Hi, Happy Place Camping. How are you guys?
Well, hey, Felicity and Jesse, boy, your video's doing really, really well. Last I looked, I think it was 4,400 views, something like that, on that video.
4,500.
Oh, is it 45? Okay.
I looked at it just a little bit
Well,
ago.
awesome. Yeah, yeah. And go check that out. That's our last video that we just, got uploaded. And but you'll be able to find it's a very most recent one, and on their 6x10, and they remodeled the interior on it.
Now these people, I'm gonna have to look.
Okay. And then we got a story to tell here in a minute, because a lot of people are wondering about did Bill leave Deb?
Yes, Hugh, I have you guys.
Is that Hugh
Mm-hmm.
Phillips?
Yes,
Okay.
I got them.
Yeah, we got
Yes,
you all
Jeannie,
down.
I have you.
Jeannie, okay.
No, Jeff, I don't have you.
What do you need?
Pen, please.
Okay. Jeff.
Jeff Sanderson.
All righty. Man, so that'll make it I forgot what you told me a minute ago.
That'll make 47.
47? Wow.
Sites.
47 sites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Do you allow spoiled, rotten fur babies at the get-together?
Well, sure.
Your pets are always welcome at Corps of Engineer campgrounds, but you must keep them on a leash. That's part of the rules. I believe it's a 6-foot leash.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
We're not gonna.
we don't enforce it.
We're not gonna enforce anything. We're just telling you that's what it is.
That's the rules.
We've tried putting, to be honest with you, we've tried putting Delilah, our cat, on a leash, and it just doesn't work. But Delilah hangs real close to us, so, which is, everybody says they just can't believe a cat does that. Well, she does, and we can call her, and 90% of the time she comes when we call her too. So,
and yes, my paintings, I've got them on my website under Deb's Art. At iRideTinyHouseAdventures.com. That's our website. And yes, I have some of my paintings up, and hopefully I'll get in the mood to paint some more.
And back on the pets and the dogs, of course, try to bring them inside in the evening if they like to bark and things like that. But just think about common courtesy for your fellow campers around you. That's all we ask on that.
No, Daryl, I didn't have you either.
Daryl.
139.
Oh boy.
Awesome.
Man, oh man. It's pretty much.
Jeff wants to know if he can bring Darlene. Well, yeah.
Oh.
She's the one we prefer you to bring.
Oh, was it Jeff asking about bringing the dogs?
No.
Oh. Jeff, you can bring Darlene, it's okay if you bring Jeff.
As long as you can control him.
Yeah. Oh, and Jeff, don't forget to bring your coloring book.
Right.
Yeah. We want to check your work and see how you've been doing since we all got together and got you a coloring book. Anything else there? And some of you folks will be clued in on the story when you see us in October there about Jeff and his coloring book. Got another one?
RG New Life. Yes.
Okay.
Space 22. Okay. We are still working on our fall merch designs.
Mm-hmm.
We might do something a little different, but we'll make that announcement here in a week or so, or 2 weeks, to let you all know what we're doing different. And anyway, we're still working on that. But we will have merch, t-shirts, hopefully hats. We will have some of that available. We're still working on it.
We will have one way or the other. But the company we were dealing with before, we had a few issues now and then with shipping. They would hold up shipping. They'd have a whole order and then hold up shipping over maybe a wine glass that hadn't come in yet. And we had admonished them not to hold that up. If for some reason they couldn't get the wine glass to them, then contact that particular customer and tell them that the wine glass is not there, refund them the money on the wine glass, and then go ahead and ship the shirts, which they had, in inventory the whole time. And for some reason, they didn't get that information. They didn't quite understand what we were getting at.
Merle, I have your name down on my list, but I did not ever get your site number. You don't have to tell it here, but if you would email me at iRideTinyHouse@gmail.com, then I will put your number down.
So anyway, we're looking at doing something a little bit different so we can monitor deliveries a whole lot better and make sure we don't have folks that end up coming to the rendezvous and don't happen to have their merch with them because it didn't get shipped to them in time. So
we're looking at something different.
Yeah, we're looking at something different so we don't have to fret over that, because it really bothers us when people are not able to get their merchandise when they want it.
Well, yeah, after they paid for it.
Absolutely.
I don't like that either.
We don't like it, and so anyway, we're working on something. Hopefully that will solve that issue and it won't crop up anymore.
Hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Without going into too much detail at the moment. What else? Anything?
Nope. Merle's going to get me that info ASAP. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So that'll make what, 49?
I don't know.
Give me a paper towel up there. I got an allergy thing going on. Excuse me. Sorry, folks. But this is a problem. You'd think being 70 years old I'd outgrow allergies, but no, I guess not.
Guess not.
You know, we are in a pine forest right here at this campground, and there's a lot of pine pollen everywhere. You would think the Corps of Engineers would do something about that, right?
Paige says Wayne wants to know if Bill is in the doghouse.
Well, kind of, sort of, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to tell the story?
I'm going to tell my side first. And you're going to just
Okay,
be quiet.
but your side is going to be...
No, my side's the truth of what happened.
Okay, let's hear your side, and then let me get into it.
All right. You know.
I thought it was funny, but...
Yeah, he thought it was hilarious.
Well, no.
Anyway.
Did you see what you...
You go through all of the work, you know. And I don't care. We think we're super organized and we've got it all down pat. And yes, normally we can decide, you know, we're going to be leaving here. And once we start putting everything up and, you know, securing everything, within an hour we can hit the road. Well, when we left the last campground...
You know what this means when I fold my arms?
We went... BFT. We went down to...
Dear.
To go ahead, we drained off the tank, our gray water tank. We pumped it into the van. And if you don't know about that, I'm sure we have a video that we can reference you to.
Yeah.
And we drove it up to the dump station because it was quite a ways from our campsite and we didn't want to drag the trailer all the way there. So we did that, but we had to wait. I bet we was in line 45 minutes and there was just 2 people ahead of us. So that's a whole other story. So we get back to our campsite. I come inside, start doing my thing. Bill does his thing outside. I come out and help Bill finish up. And we're all loaded up. We've checked the brake lights. We've done all the lights checks and all that. And I told Bill, I said, okay, which is my normal thing I do. I said, you go ahead and pull out and I'll make sure that we haven't left anything and I'll double check the lights as you put the brakes on and what have you. So,
I don't remember you telling me.
Oh, yes, I know you don't remember that. But I do that every time we leave.
She didn't tell me that.
So, he pulls out. He pulls on out into the street. And he just keeps on going. Just keeps right on going.
Now, she's
No.
making it sound a lot worse than it really was.
He went at least down by the boat ramp.
At least?
It was at least a block away.
That's the first spot I had. I could turn around and come back.
So I thought, wow. He forgot me.
You were supposed to be in the passenger seat.
Now you may tell your side of the story.
Well, it's pretty much what she said, except in my defense, I had more going on than what she's telling you, you know. And yes, at the dump station, I did get a little frustrated, although I did not show it to people around me. But I was frustrated, you know, because we have it down to a science. When we can pump off our gray tank into the gray tank in the van, and then when we pull up to the dump station, we're in and out in 5 minutes. We got it down to a science. We can, you know, drive in, you know, hook everything up, drain the tank. The tank drains super, super fast the way we've got it set up. And we're back out. And yeah, we get there and there was just 2 people ahead of us, but they kind of took forever and they had to visit.
I was right there with you.
And of course I knew that I wanted to get on the road because we had, you know, places to be. And, you know, I'm the guy that tows the trailer and, you know, fights with traffic while she sits there on her phone as we're going down the road. Uh-oh, shouldn't have said that. Anyway,
Anybody that's been in a campsite with
what
you
was
knows
funny,
who's on the phone.
what was funny about the whole, well, it wasn't really funny, but one gentleman went to, the second gentleman, when it was finally where he could start draining his, he went to pop his cap off on his sewer dump, and evidently the gate valve was open, and it was the black tank gate valve. And when he popped the cap off, guess what happened? It just went everywhere, you know, started going everywhere, all over the ground. rather than reach up there and try to push the gate valve closed right quick, he tried to put the cap back on while it was still running. And of course he wasn't even wearing gloves. I was down to my last set, so I didn't have any I could give him. But so then we had to wait for that part to be cleaned up too and everything. But anyway, we go back and we do pretty much everything that Deb said. And of course I was, I had to go ahead and start getting the trailer all ready to hook up. And I have a certain procedure that I do, especially when I'm on a little bit of a slant. I get the van backed up just so, and just to be on the safe side, I go ahead and hook up my safety chains so that when I raise all my jacks and take off my X-chocks, and all I've got left is just the wheel chocks on the tires, I just want that added insurance that at least I've got my safety chains hooked up, just in case something happens. So I'm in all getting everything ready, hooking up the weight distribution hitch and everything, and getting everything all set up.
In the meantime, I'm filing my fingernails.
No, I know what you're doing. She's doing the stuff that she does on the inside. And of course now we're having to haul the bikes inside the trailer. So of course I take time which is part of my job, to help her load the bikes inside the trailer, and we have a way we can tie them down in the trailer.
Brad says just give it up and ask for forgiveness.
I have many times, Brad, asked for forgiveness.
I don't think so.
Okay, so when we get all that done, and Jen and Johnny, our good friends, they're our neighbors next door. They're going to move to a different campground later that day, and they're going to hang around for a couple more days. So as I get everything all done, we do our brake check, all of our light checks and everything.
Hugh Phillips says you're losing. Go ahead.
Johnny comes out, so I start saying goodbye to Johnny, and we end up talking for a little bit. And Johnny makes suggestions, because we're planning on visiting Kentucky, making suggestions about where we might consider going when we visit Kentucky later in the summer. No, it's not Johnny's fault. But anyway, and then I say, okay, we better get on the road. Well, I had totally forgotten about, because we'd already done the light check and all that stuff. And so I hop in the van, and I don't even look to the right, except I see out of the corner of my eye, I see Delilah sitting in her carrier, in her perch, right in between us. And I just pull it in gear, and I'm pulling out. Now I do admit that I did look in the right side mirror so I could make sure that I wasn't cutting the corner too tight with the trailer tires. Mm-hmm. And then when I get out there and my mind is full of everything I had to do, which evidently Deb had to do more. And what are you up? I don't want to hear it. Anyway,
only 2 seats in the van. Give it up, Bill.
I'm stumbling here. I know. So anyway, what happens is, as we pull out, I'm getting ready to type in the next campground into our Garmin.
It's all the way down to the boat.
I was not either.
You wouldn't have been able to do your Garmin driving.
And I look over there, because I'm going to pull the Garmin off of its mount, and start typing in. And then I say, I don't even look over there. I say, okay, what was the name of that campground we're going to? And nobody answers me.
Total silence.
Total silence. So I look over there, and of course she's not there. So immediately,
do you think I feel loved?
Realizing what I had done, the first chance I get where I have room to turn around, I do a quick U-ey and come back. Mm-hmm. And as I'm heading back, now I didn't go like 4 or 5 blocks. It was maybe a half a block. Okay, before I turned around. And she's walking towards me with this look on her face, and I'm pretty sure she was telling me that I was number 1. Mm-hmm. You were? Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Mm-hmm. But, hey.
If you side with Deb, enter a 1 in the chat. I'm getting all kinds of 1s. You're out. You are so voted out.
Well, I can guarantee you that will never, ever, ever happen again. Never again.
Was this supposed to be a long story? John Duke says it's my fault.
No, it's not, Johnny. It's not. I should have.
Uh-huh. You should appreciate me a little bit more.
Oh, people.
Okay. The oven. I got that on Amazon at the time I ordered this, which was a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
They had two different sizes, and to be honest, I wish I'd gotten the 12 slice instead of the 8. But anyway, that's where I got it. So I don't know if it's still available or not.
But
So you're voted out. So you just need to carry on.
Well, I knew I was going to lose before I even got started. But,
Jeff says this sounds like a new song.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I can come up with a song about that. All right. Can we move on
Never
now?
seen Bill squirm so much.
Can-
There's no excuse, Alejandro says.
Alejandro? Huh. I would have thought Alejandro would at least,
Uh-huh.
give me a
Nancy
little...
says it'll be a good campfire story.
Yeah, it will be a good campfire story.
Happy Place says Bill may end up missing.
Well,
Okay, it was not funny at the time, and one of my friends said that it was, and I said maybe 50 years from now it will be funny.
50 years from now,
Right now,
I'll be 120 years old. 50
might
years from now.
forgive you by then.
Might forgive me by the time I'm 120.
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, we've only been married 52 years. Why would you forget me?
I'm not going to touch that at all. I'm not going anywhere near that. Because that's one thing I have learned in 52 years. There's a time when, you got to know when to say, "Oh, okay, that's enough. I don't need to say anything else."
This
Okay.
is kind of hilarious.
Can we
though.
move on?
Sure. How's crow taste, Bill? Why did you cook him some, Jim?
Was that Jim? I
I
swear.
told you, even your buddies are going to fall off of this one. They're not going to back you up.
Well, no.
No.
Because I'm sure their wives are watching at the same time.
Yeah. Oh,
You know?
so if their wives were.
Oh, here we go with the spin thing now. Now we're going to start spinning everything I say.
Carmen says just plead the fifth.
Well, it's too late now.
No, Melinda does not know this yet until she sees this video because
Oh, boy.
I didn't report it to my children. I thought they would feel,
Does anybody have a technical question to ask? So we can move on to a different subject. Anybody have a question about cargo
Anybody?
trailer?
Anybody?
Bueller? Oh, shoot.
Anyway, we have
Anyway.
95 here with us.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. We appreciate y'all coming on board. Of course, they just wanted to hear the story, I think. But
John Duke says that old song comes to mind, time to fold 'em, Bill.
now, know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
We've been sleeping in the same bed simply because we only have one bed. And it's been too cold to make you sleep in the van.
Anything else?
What is the square root of pi?
I do not know.
Well, he's asking
I
you a
used to
technical
know.
question.
Well,
He's trying to change
I
the
used to
subject.
know, but I don't use that anymore, so I don't need to know.
No, we do not have a doghouse trailer.
No. No.
It's the only
we
one
don't.
we got.
Mm. That bowl of chili you fixed for me did taste a little funny.
You must watch for things like that.
It didn't taste funny. It was actually very, very good.
I made chili today, which was fitting because it was in
Yes.
the 50s.
Yeah, it's cold outside.
And we, in our ultimate wisdom, because the van was so loaded when we left Florida,
Mm-hmm.
we decided because, we've got the new bike rack and we've got different things that we're hauling that we don't normally haul in the van and the trailer for that matter. Bill says, we're not going to need our fire pit until we get back to Florida next fall. Let's
Yeah.
just leave it here with Marvin and Mary at their kids' properties.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yeah, you're right. We won't be needing that because,
She agreed with me.
you would sure be
So we
handy
left the
right
fire
now
pit,
in the
yeah.
Gazelle.
Yeah. Because the fire pit inside the Gazelle gazebo.
Warms it up so nice.
Oh, yeah. It just makes it, you can be down to 40 degrees outside and just set that fire pit up in the middle of it. The propane-powered fire pit. and it just makes it real nice and cozy inside. And we have used it many times on cool nights.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, we were out there a while ago, and it was just too cold.
Yeah.
And
Almost 52
I
degrees.
said, man,
Yeah.
I should have made room for it somewhere.
Yeah. That cold front that came down from up north.
Because right now we're hauling 3 bicycles up in the trailer. Plus the love seat, we're hauling it on the bed because we're going to not use the love seat anymore inside because of the way we've got the bar arrangement now.
Yeah, we're getting rid
So
of the
we're
love
taking
seat.
it to our son.
Now, it's a quicker love seat. It weighs practically
No,
nothing.
it doesn't weigh
so,
anything, but
So all you
still, we're
weight
hauling it.
conscious folks out there, don't worry about that.
so anyway, we are
But we did trade weight for weight, you know, by leaving some stuff in Florida because we intend on being back there, you know, later in the fall in 2023.
sometime in November.
Yeah.
But I may be asking them to bring it to me in October.
Never know.
Do you have room for it? Bring it, please.
Yeah. Yeah. What else?
Okay, all of these people are still laughing at you. Here's a tech question for you. Did Deb have on her walking shoes? Brad, technical question. How do you know if your wife is in the passenger seat?
Brad, I didn't expect that from you.
Make each day count. How many shovels fill in that hole?
This is not going the direction I wanted it to. What else?
Okay, Jerry says I didn't read his comment. Now I got to go back and find it. I think he left his wife at a gas station.
Oh.
I got through pumping the gas, got back in the truck, didn't notice my wife had got out and went into the store. Ladies, this seems to be an issue.
Well, men get focused. We're focused.
Now,
you know,
they can only do one thing at a time.
I'm not gonna respond to that.
Carmen, knock knock.
Who's there?
Who's there? Not Deb.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Do you guys have running water and electricity?
Yes.
There's your legitimate
Yes, we
question.
do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we
We
do.
have water in the
Yeah.
tank. We have water in the shower.
Yes, we do.
We have
Thank you.
electricity.
Mhm.
We are totally electric, by the way.
Yes, we are.
We have a mini split.
Uh-huh.
We have a hot water tank that's electric.
We have a water heater.
Sorry.
Yeah. For the well, you know.
Refrigerator?
But yeah. Yes, we have water and electricity. Yes.
We do.
And
We have a 65-gallon freshwater tank on board. Plus, we can use city water, which is what we're hooked up to right now.
Right. Right. And we have a battery bank, 270 amp hours at 24 volts, which would be equal to 540 amp hours at 12 volts. Because watts is watts is watts, as we've talked about in the past.
Nancy wants to know if the bathroom's done yet. Wayne wants to know if any running water at the bathroom.
Did we
sink.
tell you about the view we have? Nancy, you
no,
don't. You
the
haven't.
bathroom is not totally done
Okay,
yet. Nancy.
but is it? Have I really had time to do it? Really?
You had all day today. And what did you do? Oh yeah, you worked on 2 videos.
I've been editing videos all day long.
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
It was cold and nasty.
Okay, are we done picking on Bill? Are we done picking on him?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, maybe you can come up with something that'll just keep it going on and on and on.
No, I'm done for the moment.
Oh,
I do like Jim's idea. Special night out.
special. Well. Okay.
Hey, I mentioned we were within 18 miles of an Outback Steakhouse, but did we go?
We went to Tractor Supply today.
Woo!
I took you to Tractor Supply.
Tomorrow he's taking me to the laundromat.
Yeah. And Neighborhood Market.
don't need anything in neighborhood market.
Oh, well, I'm taking you to laundromat tomorrow.
Such a sweetheart.
Well, we have officially went 3 weeks without doing laundry.
I've not done laundry since I left Florida.
Yeah. Fortunately, we have enough clothes to make it that far. We didn't
We're
realize.
about out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good thing it turned cool because Bill could pull out a
Now,
sweatshirt.
then I can pull out my sweatshirts. I have one more shirt tomorrow, and I do have 2 more pairs of socks.
Did you leave her at Tractor Supply too?
No,
I didn't get out.
she never got out of the van. See, that was where she made the mistake. She got out of the van when we were.
Now they're starting to feel a little sorry for you.
No, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, except for that little mishap, we're really enjoying our slow trek back to Northwest
We're
Arkansas.
anxious to get home, I think.
We are. We're anxious to get back to Northwest Arkansas. We'll be there for a few weeks, taking care of business, typical.
We got a high school graduation to go
Yeah,
to.
and routine doctor's visits,
Ugh.
and yeah, but they're all pretty much routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when we get through with and yeah, other stuff, business stuff. But anyway, getting it all done, and then when we get done with all that, we start slowly moseying northward, eventually ending up in Indiana, and we will be there with some friends for a little while, and then once we leave there, we're going to slowly work our way. Our plan is to work our way back down through Kentucky and see some places we've never seen before in the Kentucky area, and then slowly work our way back to Northwest Arkansas before we start heading back south again to be at Pickensville, Alabama, in time for the
rendezvous in
for the
October.
fall rendezvous in October the 16th.
Yes, we still have our kayaks. They are
yeah.
in the van as well.
Yeah, and we're hoping to do a lot more kayaking once we get back up there too. We got to put the kayaks in the water. You might have seen the video where we floated the Itchituckney River again and saw a couple of manatees and a couple of alligators while we were down in Florida. We wanted to do a lot more kayaking than that, but we were just, time gets away from you, and there was.
And to be honest, the last couple of lakes we've been on,
It hasn't been.
don't want to kayak with
Hasn't
big
been inviting.
alligators.
Yeah.
I don't mind little alligators
Yeah.
that I can see. But
You'll be seeing a video here this coming week where at the last campground we were at, which was on Lake Steinhagen near Jasper, Texas. I got a photo of a huge gator in the lake, and he was maybe 30 feet off the bank,
Yeah,
maybe
he was-
20
he
feet.
was 10, 12 feet
And
long.
he was a good 10, 12 feet.
He was
Yeah.
quite proud of
He was
himself
big.
too.
And boy was a big boy. Just out there in the lake, So, and that was the second alligator we saw while we were there at Lake Steinhagen. So you'll see that photo.
Where do I order your wine? Our favorite wine you can only get in Arkansas. It's made by Post Wine.
Yeah, and I don't know that you can have it shipped anywhere.
I don't think
I don't think they can or will. I don't
No.
know.
Right
We've
now we're
never
drinking-
asked that question.
Manischewitz Blackberry. It'll do
Yeah.
in a pinch.
Manischewitz Blackberry is close to our favorite wine, which is Post Concord, made by the Post Winery in Altus, Arkansas.
Right.
Which
Okay,
is,
here's a technical question.
Okay, I hope I can answer it.
What rating trailer tires do you run? I'm using E-rated and was thinking about F.
I think the trailer came, don't hold me to this because it's been a while since I looked at them, but I think the trailer did come with E-rated tires. And yes, I'm going to move up to a stiffer sidewall tire when I do replace these. I do monitor them on a regular basis. I look at them very close a lot, and I check them when we're on the road, when I stop to get fuel, which is roughly about every 125 miles or so. Because when we get down to around a half a tank of fuel, that's when I start looking for a gas
You
station.
can't get into just any gas
No,
station.
no. So we start looking for some, that's an easy in, easy out. One of the first things I do is, while it's filling up, is I go around and I literally lay my hands on all the tires, on the tires on the van, tires on the trailer, and just kind of get a feel of their temperature. And they're never hot. They're just slightly lukewarm, which is, which is fine. And then I also touch the where the bearings are on the axles on the trailer. I also lay my hands on those just to make sure they're not hot. One of these days I'm going to go ahead and get me one of those laser thermometers, so I can just shoot it. But I have been monitoring the tread wear and everything, and I would say we've got what, 6,000-7,000 miles on these tires.
Yeah, maybe 8.
They seem to be wearing very, very well. But another thing that I do as well is I monitor. I stay on top of the tire pressure, which I think is very, very, very important. And this trailer, since we had it weighed here a while back, with all of our belongings in it, this is our home, remember, so we this is our house, so we're carrying stuff that the average weekend camper wouldn't carry, we weigh
21 days worth of clothing.
yeah, we weigh right at 7,500 pounds, but we do have 5,200 pound axles on the trailer. But I was comparing the tread depth to the spare tire just day before yesterday, and there's a little bit of wear, but not very much at all. They look very, very similar to the spare, which has never been on the ground. But yeah, I am going to move up to a beyond the E-rated tire when I do get ready to put new ones on it.
Paige wants to know, do you have a TPMS system?
No, I do not.
And RG New Life, do you have an electronic sensor for your tires?
Same thing, but no,
Yeah.
I do not.
Might
I'd like to
want
get one.
Get a pyrometer gun to shoot the bear.
That's what I was talking about.
So, those are all the questions.
Right. But anyway,
We have lots of things still on our list.
oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
We've got a little bit of finish work to do inside the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
The flooring that we put down, we're not happy with, so we will be replacing that.
Yeah, we did a click-clack floor in the kitchen area, and it started to.
Separate.
It was really, really tight when we put it down.
Mm-hmm.
It's floating type floor, and we've been on some really, really rough roads in certain states, and I won't mention the states, but we've been on some rough roads, and I imagine a lot of this has to do with movement going down the road and stuff, but areas is starting to separate. So we are going to replace the floor in the kitchen area, go to something different. We're looking at doing maybe something like what Todd and Kim did we did a walkthrough on their trailer back during the fall rendezvous in Arkansas. And they simply stained the floor and stained the plywood. And then they used a magic marker to do faux planks to make it look like it was a plank floor.
I wish I had seen their trailer before we did this.
And it looked really, really, really nice.
Yes,
So
it did.
we were considering a light gray stain on the plywood that's below this, if we can prep it good enough, because we did paint part of the floor, especially everywhere where it's underneath the bed, and we did it with a waterproof type paint because of the fact that our gray and freshwater tank is underneath the bed. And we weren't real careful when we went beyond where the
And when
bed
I
frame
painted
was
the
going to be.
ceiling, I wasn't careful.
Yeah.
So
we're-
I have thought about painting the floor with porch paint,
Yeah.
and
And then doing a full marble look,
Yeah.
like we did on our cabinets,
like the cabinet
and then
house.
doing several coats of acrylic, polyacrylic. I'd rather be able to do something like that bar top epoxy, clear epoxy,
Yeah.
but you got to wait forever for the stuff
this
to
is
cure.
our home. I've got to use
Yeah.
something that will dry within just a few hours.
Right. Yeah.
4 to 6
Yeah.
at tops, because we've got to
Yes.
have access to come in here at night.
Yeah,
and
unless
so anyway,
if we rented a fancy hotel room
I don't
somewhere.
want to sleep in some other bed. We get bed bugs.
But anyway, we're looking at that, and we're even considering some kind of a sheet vinyl, instead. But we'll let you know. We'll fill you more in on that as we get closer to what we're going to do. And we're probably going to try to tackle that while we're in Northwest Arkansas for a little over a month. there.
That's
So
my plan.
yeah,
Because I can do a lot of it myself.
but yeah, that's what we're going to look at doing.
So those are the things. Do we ever run into ham radio operators at your gatherings? Not as far as I know.
No, but that'd be cool if someone, a radio operator, did come. I used to dabble, of course, we all did back in the 70s, dabble with CB radios. Then I got involved in sideband CB radio and had a lot of fun with that, much to her chagrin at the time.
I had 2 babies.
I know.
I had diapers to buy.
Well, you know, me and my buddies, we like to go out on top of a mountain somewhere in northwest Arkansas and just see who we could talk to with our sideband radios, you know. And so, you know, it was one of those stages I went through in life where I wasn't a very good husband.
You never left me at a park. You can't.
I know I never left you to camp. Oh,
You
here
always
we go
made sure
again.
I was with you.
I didn't leave you. I drove a half a block and turned around, and the only reason why I went a half a block is because there was no place to turn around before that. How many times do I have to say that?
If you hadn't had to ask what the name of the campground was, would you have noticed till you got to the highway? That's my question.
Are we back there again?
No.
Okay, thank you. Anything else?
I don't think rough roads are your problem. I installed similar in the Florida home and it's separated also.
Yeah, could be. Could be. It's just
You know,
the nature of the beast.
It,
Or it could be, you know, we got it was on closeout at Home Depot, and they didn't have any more of it. There might have been a reason why they decided not to
we
handle
bought
that
all
product.
they had, I
Yeah,
think.
we bought every last square inch they
But
had.
anyway, so we have
So-
a few minor things to do. We still have doors to put on the cabinets. We still have some trim to do. Of course,
Yeah,
we want to.
just little odds and ends
you
things,
know.
which we're hoping to get done while we're
We're hoping to get
There.
the checkoff list.
yeah.
And then, of course, we're going to be welding the bike rack on the back of the trailer or a hitch, I guess.
Once we get to Indiana,
Yeah,
our
Brad's gonna
friend
help us with
our
that.
friend Brad, he is an engineer and quite the welder, and he I asked him, I said, can we weld up a receiver hitch on the back of the trailer that will be able to handle the abuse, because that's the roughest riding part of the trailer. And he has no doubt in his mind that we can do it, you know, and beef it up and make sure that it's going to do what it needs to do to haul the bike rack back there. So that's our plan once we get there.
Well, I still love the retro red too. That's not being changed.
No.
We
no.
love our red and the white. We love
Oh,
our
yeah.
color scheme. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
that this particular flooring is
Yeah.
not working.
No, but this floor is a light gray, or would you
It's a
call it
weathered
something?
gray.
A weathered gray.
And
And whatever we go with is going to be that same color palette.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever we do.
whatever we do.
Yeah, if we go with a stain, if we can prep the plywood good enough to where it'll look good like that, it'll be a stain similar to this.
Right.
And then, of course, then we'll do the coating on top of it. And if we have to recoat it a couple of months down the line with more polyacrylic, big deal. It dries real fast. And we can be sitting out in the gazebo sipping on iced tea while we're waiting for it to dry.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing.
What else? But back to the tire thing, I'm very, very, very safety conscious. I'm constantly monitoring my tire pressure. The first thing I do when we're going to make a run to the next campground is I go around and check the air pressure in every single tire. I carry a compressor with me. I even them out, you know, if I feel like it needs to, you know, I need to even them out. I carry 65 pounds of pressure in the trailer tires. In the van, I carry 80 pounds on the back and 70 pounds on the front.
Somebody wants to know if you eat ice cream and keep it in the rig.
Can we
yes. Do we eat ice cream? Yes, it's in here.
Yeah,
We
We
got
do.
some.
ice cream is one of my biggest downfalls. Now, now that we've left the tribe and we ate really, really good, the tribe ate really, really good last
We're
week.
trying to hold it.
I'm
down.
trying to, you know, hold it down. And that's
Still
another
eats
thing.
Ice cream.
Oh yeah, still have to have a, you know, little bit of ice cream on a regular basis. But what we are going to start doing, which is something else that I wanted to talk about, but everybody wanted to focus on the fact that I left you at the
I
campsite.
told you that's the theme. So, when you said, "Did Bill leave Deb at the cap in the theme?"
Okay.
Now I told you.
What we are going to start doing is more activities. that where we get exercise.
We have to.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm 70 years old. You know, I feel pretty darn good for 70 years old. I really, really, really do.
I wish you
And
could stop stating your age.
well, okay. I'm over 69 and I feel really, really good, you know, but the whole point is we do enjoy getting out riding bikes. We do enjoy kayaking. It's just that last couple of years we haven't done enough of that.
No.
So you're going to start seeing a lot more of that in our videos, you know, shortly, especially once I get my e-bike. And when we did this little deal with our friends the other day and let them all ride the bike, Deb's bike, shortly after that, two of them went ahead and ordered their own e-bike.
Someone wants to know if our appliances are permanently mounted and what inside items do you have to secure when you travel. The appliances are not, but I bungee cord them. We put some hooks up on the wall and we run a bungee cord, 2 of them per appliance.
Right.
The fridge is in here pretty solid, but I still bungee the doors shut. All of my overheads, I have, what do you call those rings?
Little D-rings. They're just small D-rings that are on a swivel.
And so I run bungee cords through all of that so nothing bounces off.
Right.
The TV lays on the bed. The bathroom stuff in the shower, I put in one of these red containers and it goes over on the side of the bed. So, you know, those are the things we do to secure it, to make sure
Yeah.
that nothing bounces around too badly.
Now, the way we did the refrigerator, we did a video on how we secured the refrigerator where it is. And it's back there a ways, but you can find it because the thumbnail pretty much explains what the subject of the video is. But the way we did this was I cut a board that would fit on the square part of the refrigerator. And, you know, it was, you know, about that wide, just a little less than the full width of the fridge, because the fridge, if you can see it behind me there, the sides kind of curve off. So I cut the board where it would fit the flat spot there, and then, you know, the same thing on the depth. 3/4 inch thick board. Then what I did, I used Gorilla Glue adhesive and Gorilla Glue adhesive, construction adhesive, Gorilla Glue construction adhesive in a tube. I glued that board to the top of the fridge. Now, Gorilla Glue construction adhesive will just about glue anything to anything. So I glued it to the top of the fridge and I weighted it down and let it set until it set up. Then I built this shelf, you see, that's white in color, and it has sides on it. Now, we also did upright sides on either side of the fridge where the fridge slides in. And when I built that shelf there, that has these little short sides on either side of that shelf that you see right there, that white shelf. Then I slid that in and screwed it down to that board that was glued to the refrigerator. And then those sides, those upright sides, they are screwed into these upright panels that we have on either side of the fridge that go from the floor all the way to the top. And that keeps that fridge, it is super, super tight, secure in there. If we ever need to pull the fridge out, all we really have to do is unscrew the screws that are in each side of that shelf, because that shelf has its own little sides on it. We just pull those screws out and then the fridge should slide right out. And then when we get ready to put it back in, you know, slide it right back in and screw it back in. I probably wouldn't go back in the same holes. I'd make new holes and then fill the old ones, because, you know, once you pull the screws out, they're not going to hold it as secure when you put it back in. So that's how we mounted the fridge in the first place. Then what we did, you know, and I can't show you right now because this camera's stationary, but then what we did for going down the road to keep the doors shut, these little D-rings, you can buy them at, you know, Home Depot, Lowe's, Harbor Freight, Tractor Supply. They're just a little small D-ring. I have them mounted on either side of these permanent uprights that go from the floor to the ceiling. I have one mounted on either side that you know is for the freezer door, and then another set on either side that takes care of this door. And then we stretch a bungee cord, hook a bungee cord on that, and come around. So we have a bungee cord that it holds the freezer door shut, and another bungee cord that holds the fridge shut. And then we use the same kind of D-rings underneath these shelves here, and also some on the wall, where we put, we have one bungee cord on either of these that come around and back down and hook, and then another bungee cord that we hook to a D-ring on the wall, and it goes underneath. So this one that comes this way keeps the doors, from flopping open, both on the toaster oven and on the microwave. And then of course the other one holds it down this way, and they've never budged. When we're going down the road, they don't budge at all. And it takes what, 5 minutes?
Well,
to
to
do
pack
it.
up everything in here takes me about 30 to 45 minutes.
Well, I was talking about just doing
well,
just securing the doors.
Part of my routine.
Yeah, yeah. But that's how we did that.
Okay.
Uh,
As far as I know, the drain pan on my fridge has never leaked. I've never noticed
Haven't
water
seen
on the
anything.
floor. I've never had any
of course,
issues
we may
with
discover
it.
something when we pull it out,
Yeah.
when we do the floor. But if we do, we'll let you know. But we don't
From Arkansas,
foresee
best time
anything.
to visit the Crater of Diamonds. I would say spring or fall, and they say that the best time to find diamonds is right after a rain.
And we've never been there.
No.
No, we never have.
Bye, happy place. Y'all have a good evening.
Anything else?
Yeah, I have a routine, Cargo On, where I try to make sure everything is secure because I don't want to open the door and have something broke on the floor. That would kind of ruin my day.
We've never had that happen.
Knock
Don't-
on wood.
You shouldn't have done that. Anyway, but we've never had that happen.
Anyway, we've been on an hour.
We have.
Yes, sir.
Well, I just now got warmed up.
I'm sorry.
How many people we got on now?
102.
102. Well, we really appreciate everybody coming on to visit with us this evening. And I know it was short notice, and sometimes
Just never know.
sometimes Sundays don't work out that well. We just happened to notice when we got to this campground, especially with our new, and it's mounted in the window right over here. We did a video about our T-Mobile internet that you can get now. It's like $50 a month, and it's 5G. They don't throttle you back, totally unlimited for $50 a month. And we've been having very, very good success with it. There's only been one spot we've been so far. And how long have we had it now?
Got it in last part of January, I think.
Yeah, okay. It's only one spot we've been since the latter part of January where we weren't able to use it to its fullest extent.
Inside.
We couldn't stream on our TV with it, and that was at the campground where we had the Tiny House Adventures Rendezvous at near Itchituckney Springs. We could still check our emails inside with no sweat. We could still make Wi-Fi calls with no problem whatsoever. And if we wanted to put up with buffering, we could still watch Netflix and YouTube and
We
all
don't
that
like
stuff.
buffering.
But we didn't like putting up with buffering. So, but everywhere else we've been, we've been able to stream Netflix, Paramount, YouTube, anything, no problem whatsoever, none. And when we got here, I checked our upload and download speeds. Our download speeds here are well over 100 megabytes per second, which is phenomenal. Our upload speeds are around 22 megabytes per second. And in order to go live on YouTube, hopefully no one's had any buffering issues. In order to go live on YouTube, we've discovered that you need at least 10 megabytes per second of upload speed in order to go live without buffering on the other side, without you folks seeing buffering. And we had around 22 megabytes per second, which was way more than we needed in order to go live. We are very, very, very happy so far with our T-Mobile internet. Of course, we've been in areas where T-Mobile is fairly, prevalent. However, around Jasper, Texas, there was probably only one tower, but yet we were able to pull enough off of it. Now, I will tell you this, that I did disconnect my phone from our T-Mobile internet, and just to check upload and download speeds, Download speeds were still good without that, but upload speeds were only like 2.5 megabytes per second. When I connected my phone to the T-Mobile Wi-Fi internet here, it jumped to over 22 megabytes per second upload speeds. So we're very, very, very pleased with it so far. We still know that there's going to be some place, somewhere in our travels where it's not going to work that good. But so far, we're batting 90%.
So far, so good.
Yeah. So,
Diana, sorry you're late, but glad you could join us. You'll have to go back and watch the rest of the video so you know why Bill's in trouble. Bye, David. Glad you could join us.
anything else?
No.
Okay, anybody else have anything to say? Anything we need to
No,
address
they're all
before
starting
we
to
go?
say goodbye.
They're all starting to say goodbye?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to say goodbye too. We really appreciate everybody coming online to visit with us this evening. It was a blast. Hopefully the next time we do this, and who knows, we may go live one more time before we leave this campground because our internet's so good. We'll just play it by ear and see. We'll be here for a few more days.
A few more.
Yeah. We're not going to tell you where we are, but we'll be here a few more days. So, but anyway, for right now, we're going to say this is Bill and Deb with I Ride Tiny House Adventures, and you know exactly what we're going to say. We are not camping.
We are living.
You all get out there and do some living, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All righty. Now, if I can remember how I turn this off. All right, what'd they do with the turn off button? Save, highlight, share.